Hey, you don't need more inspiration. You need a better structure. Motivation is going to get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. So I want to give you a few tips today about how you can start using discipline and how you can start getting to your goals versus always starting and always stopping. I want you to know that consistency always beats intensity. Consistency beats intensity. So what we have to realize is that sometimes growth requires boring repetition. The things that we really don't like doing, the waking up early in the morning, the staying true to our word, the going through that exercise routine, the taking those walks, the changing the way we eat, the change the way we think, and the change the way we interact with other people. Those are the things that we have to be consistent with. And when we begin to do those things, we realize that the growth that we're desiring, it requires repetition. And we got to understand, but that's the way our brain is wired. We are wired to learn by doing things repeatedly. The more we do things, the better we get at those things. And so when we're doing this, we have to realize that emotional maturity means staying committed when our feelings change. A lot of people allow their emotions and they allow their feelings to govern their life. They don't have any structure. They just like, if I feel like doing it, that's what I'm going to do. If I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to fool with it. But it's important for us to realize that that discipline and willing to follow through with things is absolutely key and critical in order for us to get to the points where we want to get to. Most people quit right before their breakthrough. They give up right before things can turn, before the tides can change, before things start to shift, before they start having that breakthrough, before that clarity come. Most people throw in the towel because it got tough and they just felt like I'm heading down the wrong path. So I want you to understand that when you get committed, when you tap into your committed, it moves you from being casual and it takes you to committed. And so many people, they're just casual. They don't have a drive. They don't have an emotional connection to what they're going after. And when you get emotional connected to it, when you find your why, it'll give you that grit. It'll give you that reason to keep going when you're tired. It'll give you the reason to keep going when you do not want to keep going. Persistence is proof of your emotional connection to your goal. If you are willing to stay persistent, that is proof that you are connected to your emotional goal. I heard someone say it like this: if you're consistent, you'll get it. If you're persistent, you'll keep it. If you are consistent, you'll get it. If you are persistent, you'll keep it. And I want you to get that level of grit, of that persistence in your life. So think about it. What areas of your life have you been inconsistent? What areas of your life can you start working towards that consistency? Because if you give it your all for a few weeks, if you give it your all for a few months, and if you stay locked in and stay tapped in, imagine the difference your life will have. Imagine the change that you will experience. Maybe it's weight loss. Maybe it's building that business. Maybe it's taking that risk. If you lock in for a good period of time, imagine the results. You may surprise yourself. So what I want you to think about, I want you to set clear, achievable goals. And when we have clear, achievable goals, it keeps us from drifting. What is drifting? Drifting is we don't have anywhere to go. I'm just going wherever the wind takes me, wherever the current allows me to go. Whatever happens today, it just happened. I don't have anything that I'm working towards intentionally. And when we get intentionality and when we get deliberate in the areas that we're heading in, you'll start seeing the changes in your life. Vague goals create vague results. If you're not clear on your goals, you're not going to have clear outcomes. Clarity is going to reduce your anxiety. When you get clear, you know exactly what you're going to do and you won't have that level of anxiousness. When we don't know where we're going, we get nervous. Have you ever been looking for somewhere and your GPS said it was at this location, but you ride by it, you still don't see what you're looking for? That type of anxiousness begin to rise, maybe on the time clock. I got to get to this location. And when you don't know where you're going, anxiety is always going to rise. But when you know where you're going, these are the steps I have to do. These are the turns I have to make. And this is the exact position that I need to be in. And when we understand that when we have measurable progress, it helps build momentum. When you're able to measure, when you're able to look back and say, hey, I've come this far. I am not where I used to be. Maybe it's even if it's your sobriety. Maybe if you only been sober for one day, That one day is better than where you were. And always measure your progress, because what you don't check will eventually erode backwards. So I need you to stay focused. And when we connect to progression, not perfection, it's not about being perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Perfect is only in our mind. But when we understand that progression means that I am able to start moving forward and I'm gradually able to increase. And it's important that you commit to what you define. So I want you to ask yourself a question. What exactly am I building? And what would it look like in 30 days? What exactly am I building? And what would it look like if I lock in, if I tap in for 30 days? What type of results would I see? The next thing I want you to do, I want you to pay attention to your inner dialogue. Your self-talk is going to shape your ceiling. How you talk to yourself is going to determine how high you go, because it's going to be hard for you to get to the next level if you got below level thinking. It's going to be hard for you to get to your next level if you got below level, subpar thinking, and you're not speaking life into yourself. Your internal dialogue is going to affect your performance, how you talk to yourself. I'm nervous. I can't handle this. This is too much for me. I feel like it's going to kill me. I'm overwhelmed. All of these things that you say to yourself, your subconscious is recording it, and it's going to come out in how you act and how you dialogue and how you perform. I need you to understand that rehearsed doubt becomes your belief. Rehearsed doubt becomes your belief. Whatever you rehearse is going to be your belief. I say it all the time. Our beliefs impact our behaviors create our patterns, and our patterns create who we're going to become. If you want to change your life, if you want to do something different, you have to speak positive and not rehearse doubt. Your awareness always precedes the change that you want to get. When you become aware of what are the things that I'm doing and where I'm heading, that's going to produce the change that you're going to be desiring. The growth mindset is not blind positivity, it's disciplined thinking. It's not blind positivity. It's understanding that my thoughts is shaping my life and it's shaping my behavior. And when I realize that my mind is growing, that's the direction where I'm going to be heading, and I'm going to focus on it all the time. I want you to realize that growth requires challenge. It requires reflection. It requires curiosity. It requires persistence, clarity, and disciplined thought. It's important for us to understand that you don't accidentally grow. You decide to grow, then you commit to growing. You don't accidentally grow. You decide to grow. You make a decision. These are the things that I need to do. And then I'm going to continue to grow, and I'm going to keep growing, and I'm going to keep becoming. Because believe it or not, you're going to be something different in 30 days. The question is, did you design it or did you drift to it? You're going to be somebody in 30 days. Are you designing intentionally who you're becoming, or are you drifting towards it? I think it's wise for you to design and not drift. Tap the like and follow buttons for more content that's going to help you move forward faster. And as always, you are one commitment away from elevating your life to your next level. Coach Cannon, and I'm committed to progressing forward.